will ever let you know. When you ask the reasons why, they'll just tell you that you're on your own. Fill your head all full of lies. You bastards. Nobody will ever let you know. When you ask the reasons why, they'll just tell you that you're on your own. Fill your head all full of lies. You bastards! Welcome to another bloody, horrible, horrid episode of the apocalypse. Congratulations for choosing the apocalypse, by the way. Not a wise choice, but a choice none the bloody less. Therefore, let us walk the path that you wished. Did you ever hear the saying, be careful what you wish for, you may get it? Well, you've gotten it. In bloody spades. Now it will devour you and everyone else. That's what it's here to do. Only that, nothing else. And since you have unwisely chosen the apocalypse, the four horsemen, all of it, you are in urgent need of a guide. Unfortunately for me, I happen to be that guide, your humble guide, Nicholas. So good to see you again. Donnie has gotten so desperate that he's even speaking of arresting Kamala. Can you bloody believe it? I don't think there's a better way to say I'm bloody guilty than to get to the point of desperation where you are bringing up Kamala Harris and arresting her. Anyway, let us begin this piece of shit. I don't have much tonight. It was a slow day. Weekends are supposed to be slow for news, for administrations. That's fucking normal. This administration isn't normal. They have an agenda of evil and cruelty they're real eager to implement. And they've already gotten a great start. Donnie went to Scotland for 5 days on your dime, took the whole entourage as usual. All will have rooms at his resort. All will be charged top dollar, which you will pay. You've done this a million times before. Therefore, you really have no right to talk about any other kind of spending, do you? Why? Because Donnie owns these clubs, 1. 2, he pocketed the money after you pay the bill. What essentially is he doing? Using the presidency and taxpayer money to do an opening of a resort in Scotland where he will make the entire entourage stay and charge you. It's a real nice start for a multi-millionaire when they open a resort, right? And, you know, he doesn't have to pay a dime. You pay for it all, the jet fuel and every fucking thing. So, when you're criticizing money going to Ukraine, money going to US aid and stuff like that, what about Donnie's golf trips? They're not a problem. Those are his own clubs too, all the time. Every single time, son. Do you think you're getting a discount on rooms for the Secret Service and everyone else? Any of his guests, whoever he feels like bringing? Because it's all getting charged on your credit card, son. Every fucking drop of vodka. Every weekend. Now it's a 5-day trip to open a resort. And hey, a few million of taxpayer money, that's a great start, right? Right in his pocket. Again, this is the reason emoluments clauses were invented for grifters like Donnie, specifically. Unbelievable. Anyway, they had a protest. That's what I was supposed to be talking about, not grifting. And this is what it looked like in one spot. A lot of people in Scotland came out. They can't stand him. So that was nice to see. Because, he is promoting his golf course on taxpayer dime, getting a nice first month's earnings in for the place. How about you? Are you able to pay your rent, your mortgage? You got it all right in a bank account all ready to pay? I bet you don't. Because that's most people's existence, just struggling. I'm not making fun of you. Not Donnie's. He opens a whole new resort. He takes the whole entourage and he charges it all to somebody else. You know who that is? You. It's amazing. And you still preach that gospel, son. Those of you that have your name on it, you know who I'm talking to. This, before I even knew the full details of this, it was already over the top, fucking ridiculous. I can't even believe Donnie posted this. Again, this is fourth grade humor. This guy is the worst sociopath dictator in the making, probably from age 5. I've never seen anything like it. The president posted this early today. Now, when I looked at this quickly, because I look at a million things, plus I'm working, I can never, just relax and devote time to something. It's always got to be like here and there. I didn't take in the full glory of it. I just thought, okay, I see Obama in the car being chased by police. Okay, I get what Donnie's trying to say here. I didn't really look deeper, though. We'll get to that. We'll get to what, when you look deeper, what's there. This is a all whites community. The guy in the white t-shirt is being, interviewed. He's one of the members. He was explaining the all-white community, the idea behind it, trying to, not come off as a racist. But I mean, when you start an all-white community somewhere, can you ever say in an argument or to another human being that you're not racist? I mean, hey, why not just put Klan hoods on too? He was trying to be so nice, like, this is such a beautiful, wonderful thing. Just trying to sidestep the racism landmines as he was delivering his advertisement for the all-white community. And guess where it is? It's in the Ozarks in Arkansas, Sarah Sanders country. So if you want to be part of an all-white community, you know where to go, motherfucker. I'm sure it's not a cult at all. Right, Rubes? I'm sure. I'm not even going to read the commentary. What's the point? I just wanted you to know that the country's going in a really great direction. All the way back to, 1933. But not 1933 America, 1933 Germany. That's where we going. We part of the way there. We got concentration camps. Men with masks that pull up in vans and just grab motherfuckers with machine guns. Anyone tries to stop them, then they get arrested, thrown in the gulag. No accountability. We don't know who these people are, their names, their professions, nothing. They just got a machine gun and a mask, and you got to comply, son. You know what that's called? Dystopia, authoritarianism, a Reich, 1984 coming down in your fucking head. The military on your streets in California and other places. For no reason. So yeah, we parted the way there, 1933 Germany. What am I talking about? We're like rib deep in the motherfucker. I mean, shit, concentration camps have become normalized. It's 2025. How fucking stupid are you people? Anyone making an argument for concentration camps. I gotta ask you, how fucking stupid are you? This is the hat you're wearing now. It used to say MAGA on it. It says something new. This is the new MAGA hat. Made in China, of course. That's where they're all made. America first. You know, baby. Except when it comes to profits. Ship everything overseas. Then blame the homeless. That's America, baby. What does it say? Pedophilia is okay now. Yeah, that's the hat you're wearing now, son. I know you preached Pizzagate for like 25 years and shit on Facebook and YouTube. You did videos and shit, videos. All about it. Said you love the little children. You're all about Jesus and all that shit. Then why are you wearing this hat, son? Why are you wearing this? I don't understand. That don't look like Jesus to me. I don't know. And everybody knows what this is. There's no argument, legit argument against it. There's no need for debate. It's moot. Everyone knows Donnie was Epstein's best friend. Everyone knows he was, neck deep in that sex trafficking shit. Let's not pretend. And, most of us knew it 8-9 years ago. Again, I had heard things, but then when I saw the damn footage, when I started doing searches on the internet for pictures of Donnie with Epstein, real ones, verifying, making sure they're real. Yeah, there's like 20. Not good. I think there's 2 of Bill Clinton that are real. This is the hat you're wearing. I don't want to argue with you. I don't want to know you. I don't want to debate you. As simple a fact as the sky is blue, this is the hat you're wearing. You need to take it off now. It's time. You shouldn't even be here this long. You should have been out this cult a long motherfucking time ago. Why? Because it's of Satan, that's why. That's simple. This popped back up in my feed. I showed you this a long time ago, and this is a real kind of simple illustration of what absurdity some of you out there have your name on. And again, it ain't me painting Donnie's face when he leaves the house. Okay, what if Joe left the fucking house like that? You know what you people would do? You'd ridicule him mercilessly. With the orange paint, the white under the eyes where the paint couldn't get to, the 2-inch gap from the hair to where the paint starts. The ridiculous comb over, my God, what planet did that fucking comb over come from? So, again, I have to ask, what if Biden came out of his house looking like this? What would you do? Would you take him seriously? You already don't take him seriously, but... So we're supposed to take that other guy that leaves the house every day like this, or sometimes it has like a mud brown texture and hue to it. We're supposed to take him seriously. I don't know. I don't know. It just makes a powerful point. There's another meme that's been going around for years. Someone took a young woman's body in a bikini and they put Hillary's head on top of it. Uh, to illustrate how ridiculous it would be for Hillary to portray herself or people to portray Hillary in that manner. When every 3 seconds in MAGA, they put Donnie's head like on Rambo's body or some real muscular in shape dude, when Donnie's never been that in his life. He's the Bone Spurs guy. That's who Donnie is. So that's another great illustration from back in the day, the putting Hillary's head on a young woman in a bikini's body. It's absurd. It's just as absurd as putting Donnie's head on Rambo's body. Do you get how that works? And then this, too. If Biden was leaving the house in orange face, looking like a fucking Oompa Loompa, it would be difficult for me, personally, to take him seriously. I don't know about you. So when I saw Donnie leaving the house in orange face every day for 10 years, it made it very difficult to take him seriously because, clowns paint their face, man. I don't know. Take one more look. You people would crucify Joe if he left his house like that. You already crucify him. This is a damn good point. I showed you this. The White House posted this yesterday, I believe. Donnie in the arena, and it came with some statement about Donnie or men being in the arena, and Donnie's never been in the arena. He had bone spurs. I told you. But this person made another excellent point because they look deeper in. And what Donnie is, he's in the ruins of the Colosseum, not in the Colosseum fighting. So it shows the fall of the Roman Empire. The White House posted this photo with some bullshit they thought was inspiring, right? But I actually find the photos a fitting metaphor. America depicted as the dying Roman Empire, the collapse of our once great nation, our flag in tatters, and a narcissistic sociopath, Nero Trump. That's a brilliant way to see it. Yes, the flag's in tatters, it's ripped, the Colosseum's in ruins. I've been saying for 10 years, I've been calling our country, I've been saying we are Rome. We are Rome. What I didn't realize as I was saying that until the past few years is New Rome is what is being described in the story. That's why the person the story is given to is alive during Roman times, during that empire. What the messenger was trying to convey to him was, it's going to be an empire just like this. This final empire I'm talking about, the most powerful one ever. That's the United States, by far. Militarily, money flowing back and forth, at least we used to be. So, and we have the big stadiums all across the country. We're all about sports and activities and all that kind of stuff. Bread and circus, if you will, just like the Roman society had. When the Caesars wanted, favorability from the citizens, from the populace. Well, you put on games and you let the citizens come for free or a very low price. Of course, the elites would get the best seating. You throw them a piece of bread, you throw some games up in front of them, they're fucking content. They got something to do. They ain't thinking about how you're fucking them over on a minutely basis. That's the mind game being played with the peasant and the king. Always. America kind of took that to the next level. We got stadiums all over the motherfucking place. It's hard to believe Rome or Italy or the empire, the Roman Empire, which was more than Italy. It's hard to believe that they had more stadiums than we have. I mean, we got them down to high school level at some places. I guess what I'm trying to say is what country kind of exemplifies the bread and circus mentality more than us? I don't think there's ever been a place since the earth began. I mean, we got entire leagues of games, concerts, just all kinds of things that we distract ourselves with. And I'm no better than any of you. There's certain things I like, hobbies, music, etc. I'm no better. But the real bread and circus, like in the image of the Roman Empire, in the big colosseums, the games, the fights, the competitions. You throw the peasant a piece of bread, you give him a free seat or a very low-cost seat to some games. Well, they ain't thinking about how they're getting fucked over. That's the point of it. So since we're the maximum expression of kind of bread and circus, that's one aspect of our culture. A lot of these guys at the top also doing what the Romans did, having sex with men and women. It was almost expected in that culture. So I understand why a certain element made it to where it is in the Reich. Things like that are going on. The Epstein stuff. Worse. And then there's the bread and circus for us. And to work 3 jobs and all that bullshit. So, we are the empire of today. I realized a long time ago we were Rome. I didn't realize the implications of what I was saying. Now I do. In the last minutes, that's the kind of empire being described in the story. A Roman one. A brilliant man named Brother James Key figured out that Donnie's lineage is both Roman and Assyrian. And that's what it needed to be. I'm not going to explain again how we know that. I made sure it was correct, don't worry. It sounds absurd, I know. But it's not. It's reality. That's one of the things that got verified a long time ago that made him a candidate. And that brilliant man did that research and figured that out. Things like that happened along the way in this 10 years. That solidified what I initially thought. Because once I saw the cult thing building around Donnie, I just got a gut feeling like this isn't right. Something's wrong with this. This is like spiritual or supernatural or something. There's something wrong with this. And then I realized, is he that guy everybody was waiting for? And then I was waiting for the thing that would say no when he lost the election. I was like, all right, maybe it's not him. Then he tried to overthrow the government, exactly what that person would do under that circumstance. They would never give up power over the most powerful military, over the most powerful empire on earth today. That being that Donnie is would never give that up willingly. Luckily for us, you had Sean Hannity and other people at Fox News like, you're killing us. They're texting, they're calling, you're going to destroy this grift we got going for fucking 30 years we've had this. You're going to kill us all. End this. You know, really, they were calling like Ivanka. They were calling anyone around Donnie because Donnie was sitting there eating hot wings, watching it all, withholding help intentionally as men were beaten. As congressmen and senators' lives were in danger, son. He wanted it to happen. That's why it went that way. Washington, D.C. doesn't have a force that can remove a mob in like 3 seconds? Of course they do. It was withheld intentionally by everyone in the cabinet and chain that was involved. People should be in prison for that. So he tried to overthrow the government. That got me back on board. He left. I'm like, there's no way after this he gets back in, right? No way ever. He's done. Through those 4 years, the Joe Biden era, I'm not understanding what's going on. I didn't understand that people made the right choice. They postponed shit. It was on pause. Remember, the plague came during Donnie. The very end of it was Biden. So there was a pause. I didn't realize that till after it happened when Donnie got back in. But I said to myself over this 4 years, no way he's getting back in, right? No way. We watched him try and overthrow the fucking government. And then the stolen documents thing, my God. I'm like, there's no way. Then they pulled the move with the switcheroo. Oh, no, we're going to run Kamala. Joe's too old. Fuck him. That really worried me. Because I know society and where we're really at. And I know there's a lot of men out there that would never vote for a woman as leader of the country. Ever. Simply because they're a woman. Then there's the racial aspect. I know there's a lot of people in this country that would never vote for a woman of color or a person of color. So that's two big strikes against you. Plus you're replacing what everyone was comfortable with something brand new that people don't know. We don't know. Whoa, what is this? We don't know. Then you throw an attack in financed by Vlad on Israel. And boy, you got some real fun and games going then. Somehow the motherfucker got back in, and you know what? That's in the story too. That's in the story of several dictators. Saddam Hussein tried to overthrow the government, went to prison, ended up leader of the country. Hitler tried to overthrow the government, went to prison, ended up leader of the country. Napoleon got exiled, came back, ran the country again. So there's stories about certain individuals and how the pattern goes with them. In other words, a repeat of history. That's why knowing history is so goddamn important. That's how some of us out here are comfortable saying, this is a Reich being built in front of your eyes. Because we've seen that already in history. And we know what it looks like. And my God, it looks just like this. So he gets back in. And before he got back in, the real nail in the fucking coffin for me, the assassination attempt. That's when I knew for fucking certain when I saw the footage of that. I saw his countenance that day, what took place. I knew exactly what I was looking at. So just like this person is saying, Trump is our Nero, our nation is burning, our empire is in ruins, it will be in ruins, our flag will be in tatters, it will be because of this thing called Donald Trump. So, this representation of him walking in his horrid blue suit through the ruins of the Colosseum with the shredded American flag. I've been saying for years, I knew in the beginning of this, 10 years ago, I said everyone's going to be crying by the end of this. with this motherfucker. And don't worry, everyone will. Where this fucker is going to take the world. Again, we've already normalized concentration camps, men kidnapping people with massive machine guns, troops on your own streets, your own troops. We've normalized all this. We're already at that point where we're all going about our business and these things exist. Guess where it ends up? There in ruins. And everyone crying, baby. Everyone. In other words, there was a lot of us out here yelling for years that it wasn't about politics. We were yelling because this thing, this whole movement, this cult, existential threat to the planet. You'll see that. Again, Donnie says he runs the world, runs the country and the world this time. So yes, he's our Nero. Our empire is in decline. You are officially in the decline phase. And it will be real for you when it comes knocking on your door. Unfortunately, that's the American way. For most people. We don't see the evil in it. We don't see the harm in it until it comes a knocking. Oh shit, all them people saying they were Nazis and it's a right, they were right. Damn it, now it's too late. They got me. That's what the right depends on. That's what Hitler depended on. That everyone would just sit back and let him do it. That's what these people depend on every day, and they're walking a real fine line. Between pitchforks and torches coming out and getting away with it. And they know exactly what they're doing, and they don't care about fairness, goodness, decency, morality, anything. Nothing like that. Let me move on. This is Gavin Newsom. So inspiring to see our fearless, incredibly intelligent leader hard at work. Every swing brings us closer to greatness. Thank you, Mr. President. This is Donnie on his course, charging you, every hole probably. Working hard for you. At his own resort, by the way, again, charging you and then pocketing the fucking money. Because you a sucker. Now, this thing that Donnie posted that I showed you earlier. Now we're going to take the deep look. Because I didn't notice right away what I was really looking at. Disgusting, sick, deranged, and perverted psycho Trump posts fake image of Obama depicting him as double murderer O.J. Simpson on the run. I didn't realize, oh shit, that's the white Bronco. Because I was alive during the O.J. Simpson thing. It was huge. My God. So then I realized, oh shit, Obama's in place of O.J. now? Donnie's going there? A fucking murderer? Really? The car behind Obama, which I didn't notice again, that's Donnie in that car. You can kind of, it's probably blurry, but you can see Donnie there. So he's in the car directly behind Obama smiling. I mean, this is some sick fuck shit here, man. Again, this is the president. This ain't a third grader. This ain't a podcaster. This is allegedly the fucking president. In the other car is J.D. Vance, but it's the meme fat J.D. Vance that everyone keeps posting. And I guess Donnie liked it. I don't know. Yeah, there's J.D. in the car next to Donnie. Driving one of the cop cars. But it's the fat meme J.D. So one more time. Alleging Obama's a criminal, 1. Basically saying you're O.J. Simpson's son, 2. And then, him and JD chasing him, ready to arrest him. And it's the fat JD, couch fucker. And it's the Bronco chase with OJ. Literally, that's where the picture comes from. I can't express how twisted and fucked up this is. Again, when you're the president, there's a certain decorum expected. You know what I'm saying? This is light years away from that decorum. I mean, like, it's like taking a third grader and making them president. I'm not joking. A third grader. That should horrify you, son. That should worry that he has the, the ability to press the button on the nukes. That should really fucking worry you. That he finds the time in between rounds of golf on your dime, son. That he pockets, by the way, to post shit like this. You got your name on Satan, son. You need to get it off. I don't know how else to put it. Just nice and blunt, short and sweet for you. And Donnie's a convicted felon. The irony as well, Donnie's an abject criminal. What's up with that? Rubes, what about you, Dad? Fuck you. No, Dad, what about you? Fuck you. No, Dad, what about you? Fuck you. Bam. Speaking of that, again, we're at the point in our society in the year of our Lord, 2025. We're supposed to be so enlightened now, better, above it all. I said the MAGA all-stars, Bobo, Margie Green, all the other ones, Matt Gate, they love to out-evil each other. The random people that post on Twitter, Eagleman, those type of people. They try and out-evil and out-absurd each other each day. Well, that contest of out-eviling each other has gone to a whole new place. You know where it's gone? Auschwitz. That's where it's gone. Where we're making jokes about unemployment, homelessness, and Auschwitz. This cunt named Kyle Langford is running for governor of California. And, he don't look like a sociopath at all. I'm going to show you him in a second. He is standing in front of Auschwitz. He wrote, "My 0% unemployment plan." Look, before we dig into it. This is the cunt who kind of looks like the shooter that shot bullets at Donnie, allegedly. Utter evil sociopath look on his face, total cringe. He's in front of Auschwitz. His unemployment plan. So anyone that doesn't have a job, since there's not enough jobs, we put him in a camp for labor or extermination or both. That's what this cunt destined for the lake is saying. Openly, in polite society. Yeah, guys, this contest that you're all involved in the right-wing part of politics, to out-evil each other, I think this guy won the prize. You can all stop now. The fucked up thing is, and I hate to say this, Donnie, Leon, Thale, Dugan, the people that run, Vlad, the people that run shit right now, they're this guy. They're literally this guy. We have concentration camps already. More are on the way. Tons of money's being thrown at it. We have one down in El Salvador that you're financing, or you financed with $15 million. Those men never leave. They die there. Who knows how many they may have just exterminated? Who knows? We have no clue. Troops on your street, masked men with machine guns kidnapping people. Open Nazi salutes by Donnie and Leon. Donnie's was on the 4th of July, if you'd like to watch the footage. He kissed his hand and did the Nazi salute. I knew exactly what he was doing. When you have RFK, I want a list of autistic people. Autistic people can't contribute to society in any way, shape, or form. That's what RFK said. I want everyone wearing a wearable. You get Dr. Oz. We've made it too easy for people to get sick, or too comfortable for people to get sick. However he worded it. That's eugenicist talk. RFK talking about putting drug addicts in camps when he's a fucking smackhead. Lifer on that gack. Yet he want to put other druggies in camps to do work. You know what that's called? A concentration camp. Of course, the smackhead named Kennedy won't be in there. Brainworm fuckface. What am I trying to say here? This ideology, whether this kid believes it or not, I don't know who this fucker is. But they run in for governor of California and they're openly promoting killing people or putting them in labor camps at the very least. And what's the target when you say my 0% unemployment plan? Well, you'd be rounding up homeless and anyone that doesn't have a job. Wow, that's where we're going with society. Straight to the Reich, basically. That's what this guy's talking about. A real Reich where we round people up and exterminate them or force them to work. For the state, for the Reich. Like Hitler did. And then you take over your neighbor's territory. And you steal their resources. And it just so happens that Donnie and Leon and Thale and all of them, they want Canada, they want Greenland, they want the Panama, they want the Suez, they want the top portion of South America, they want Mexico, they want it all. And, you know, maybe that's why this guy feels comfortable enough. He knows it works with you people. He knows some of you people are evil. Because I'm sorry, son, there ain't nothing good about concentration camps and putting any kind of people in them. Just fuck off with that argument. Tell it to Satan, because that's your daddy. Don't tell it to me. Don't tell it to other people. And I have a feeling if it was your bitch ass in the concentration camp, you wouldn't think it was so great. And don't worry, some of you will end up there. Doesn't matter how you vote. It doesn't matter if you think you're in the cult, club, whatever. Some of you will end up there. How many Latins for Trump ended up, you know, getting deported themselves or their husband or wife or kid or father or mother? Now they understand why we were all yelling to the Latin community. You're going to get rounded up, son. You're really going to vote for that? They told you ahead of time. They didn't hide it. Don't you just talk it? No. No. Here's the thing. When people say that out loud, that's a candidate you cannot support. That's how you make sure your husband, wife, kid, whatever, mother doesn't get fucking deported after being here for 35 years because they came as a refugee or something. When they say it out loud, you take it seriously, class. Rubes. and you don't vote for the person, and you don't preach their gospel, because it's the gospel of you putting your foot straight up your own ass. Again, this man is saying at the very least put people in labor camps like Auschwitz or straight up death camp. You know what? I can't really give him the benefit of the doubt because he's standing in front of Auschwitz. That was an extermination, starvation, and labor camp. Again, when you look at the Auschwitz memorial account, they show a new picture each post of a person that was in the camp, whether they lived, died, escaped, whatever happened to them. Most of them died. Most of the men lasted about a month. Why? Because that's how long you can last without food. That's why most of the men died in about a month. The ones, that didn't have to go to the gas chamber, that is. So I'm not going to give this cunt the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to assume that since he's standing in front of Auschwitz, that's what he wants to do with the unemployed and homeless. He wants you to pay him a salary to do that. Your tax money would pay this cunt's salary. Do you realize that? In California? Look at the face of Satan. Look at the lake fodder. Yeah, that's real appealing to the MAGA base, right? You guys dig that? Rounding up people that are unemployed, homeless, and exterminating them. That's where you want to go with society. Because, son, even though you're MAGA, maybe you fall into a certain category. Maybe you end up on one of them lists. That's how you need to look at it. And it's a shame you didn't look at it that way. That's why we're here. Where open Nazism, eugenics, extermination, forced labor is being preached. Comfortably preached. For attention from you, and some of them really believe it. This fucker right here, I have a feeling he really believes it. I see sociopath written all over that cunt. The man gonna have a good time with him. Oh, another company to add to the list for The Hague when the trials start. Another $10 million contract posted for the Everglades immigrant detention camp, again with no details, but the money is going to IRG Global. Remember that name, IRG Global, for the trials in The Hague. A company that has made political donations to the Republican Party of Florida and other GOP state leaders. What a grift. Yes, so DeSantis basically got a slush fund. He threw up some tents. Not much else. Got a slush fund to distribute to his donors, basically, and himself, I'm sure. Kickbacks, all kinds of stuff that goes on, especially in right-wing grift land. You people love being marks. You love getting grifted. So a company, a buddy of DeSantis gets a $10 million of your money contract for a concentration camp. Again, remember this name, IRG Global, when the trials in The Hague start, okay? This is something I'm hearing about, and I haven't really verified it. I'm not a scientist here. But my ears are perking up to some things I'm seeing. Rising temperatures are causing water to evaporate and driving humans to extract more groundwater, which is moving fresh water from the land to the seas and creating a continental drying trend. Now, I'm not going to read every detail about that. That's not my intent here. What I'm hearing, another post I saw today said so much groundwater has been extracted that it changed the axis of the earth a little bit. And there was a scientific article to go along with it, and just like that other story I just read you, I'm seeing more posts like that where the groundwater thing is starting to become a problem. I mean, think of the nations across the world and their demand for fresh water. It's insane. It's astounding. Especially in America with all the, frills and extras we have. So I wonder if that's true. You scientists out there, maybe you know, I don't know, if the axis of the Earth changed slightly, that's a big deal. Because now the sunlight, the rays from the sun are hitting the Earth differently, with different strength than it had before. Some weaker, some stronger, where climates are not used to that. And that would be a global effect. So if the extraction of so much groundwater really has brought us to the point where the axis is off slightly than it from what it was, I mean, that would have huge impacts on climate and all different things across the globe in that band where it matters. Well, everywhere. So I'm going to look more into that. I think you should too, because I'm seeing a lot of crazy weather things lately. I wonder if that's the reason, part of it. I'm sure there's many reasons, but I wonder if that's part of it. I'm curious about it. I just thought it was interesting, and if it's true, it's pretty fucking major. If the axis literally changed a little bit because human beings have taken so much water from the ground. John Bolton on Tulsi Gabbard's Obama investigation, or the squirrel, as I like to call it. She's strung together a series of things that aren't necessarily related. She's exaggerated what actual congressional reports have said. She's imagined evidence that doesn't exist. If anybody really gets into it, it collapses pretty quickly. So Bolton's saying they got no case. Gabbard looks stupid. She's not telling the truth. She's exaggerating, adding things, taking away things. And we all know that. We all know what the let's arrest Obama thing is. It's Donnie's squirrel. It's Donnie's distraction from his Epstein ties. And every single human on the planet that cares the slightest about this knows that. Again, it's a simple fact, as if the sky is blue. Same thing. No need to argue. So you understand what the priorities of the Reich are. New FEMA grants set to hand out $600 million to states so they can build migrant detention facilities. $600 million, son, that's your money. Again. The person that posted this clip from The Independent. Wait, FEMA has money to build concentration camps but doesn't have money to help communities rebuild from floods, hurricanes, and wildfires? You know what FEMA's for. Exactly. Maryland just got told to fuck off. So the priority isn't helping Maryland get back on its feet. The priority is building more camps, because cruelty, chaos, and evil must be done. That's the point. Again, the last guy I remember that built camps all the fucking time, his name was Adolf fucking Hitler. We've already got a camp in the Everglades. We got a few camps on other locations that are already promised to be camps. 600 million more going into it. Data centers, AI, crypto, surveillance. Private police force, private military force called the Gestapo, called ICE, that he can deploy against anyone. And they'll gladly do it. It's nothing but money to those cons, son. Again, I don't remember concentration camps being so normal dinner conversations, son. Anyone that starts talking that shit probably should be impeached and removed from office, honestly. Anyone that's directing so much money towards a private police force called the Gestapo, called ICE, towards camps, probably should be impeached and removed. Just a thought, guys. I know that's not going to happen. He's the Antichrist. We all got to ride this wave straight to the fucking abyss with him because of you people that have your name on this. Donnie's so desperate, like I said in the beginning, that he's bringing up Kamala Harris. That's the level, DEFCON, whatever, 1, 5, whatever the highest was. I can't remember. DEFCON 1 level of look at the squirrel, of distraction, of panic. We've gone from arrest Obama, Hillary, this person, that person, to now Kamala has broken the law. Says the convicted felon, adjudicated rapist, adjudicated fraud, adjudicated defamer, guilty of espionage in my opinion because he stole those documents. I guarantee he gave them to somebody. Guilty of treason for trying to overthrow the government on January 6th to become a dictator. Donnie's pretty much covered all the bases of treachery and evil. So it's hard to take him seriously when he says arrest Kamala. I'm looking at the large amount of money owed by the Democrats after the presidential election and the fact that they admit to paying, probably illegally, $11 million to singer Beyonce for an endorsement. Hold on right here. Donnie took a $400 million bribe plane from Qatar, and you're going to pay $2 billion to fix it up. Let me continue. She never sang not one note, left the stage to a booing and angry audience. $3 million for expenses to Oprah. $600,000 to very low-rated TV anchor Al Sharpton, a total lightweight, and others to be named for doing absolutely nothing. These ridiculous fees were incorrectly stated in the books and records. You are not allowed to pay for an endorsement. It is totally illegal to do so. Can you imagine what would happen if politicians started paying people to endorse them? All hell would break out. Kamala and all of those that received endorsement money broke the law. They should all be prosecuted. Thank you for your attention to this matter. I can't wait till Jesus says, jump in the lake, fat ass. And then walks away and says, thank you for your attention to this matter. Here's Donnie again. Again, before I read this one, it's short, this one. The desperation has reached, let's arrest Kamala for paying Beyonce. Again, the guy that took a $400 million plane and is asking you, not asking, making you pay $2 billion to fix it up. Networks aren't allowed to be political pawns for the Democrat Party. For all the mentally challenged individuals out there in MAGA world, it's the Democratic Party, son. Every time I see some, or hear some, see, I know they do it intentionally. I know why it's being, I don't care. You know what I hear? Abject moron. I know whatever that person will say after that will be absolutely worthless. If they can't even get that right, say Democratic Party. It has some mental effect on you rubes. That's why Donnie and certain people always do it, Bobo and others. They are stupid, though. But they say Democrat instead of Democratic on purpose. All I hear is a moron. Every single person that says that, I hear moron. It has become so outrageous that, in my opinion, their license could and should be revoked. MAGA. Again, Hitler getting reporters fired, saying reporters should be arrested, press is the enemy of the people, licenses should be revoked, I'm telling you how to run your business, blah, 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 blah. That's Hitler stuff. That's commie stuff. For you cunts that pretend to know the meaning of the words when you throw them out there at liberals. Look at you goddamn commies now. Again, every day it's fire somebody, arrest some reporter. This is classic Hitler tactics. Only Reich-approved news. They're stripping it down to that point. They're getting it down to that point where only Reich-approved will be allowed. That's where it's going, son. And again, a distraction from Epstein, of course. Wow, Comcast, he put that in quotes. Concasts, making fun of Comcast, calling them a con, the ultimate con man, Donnie Shitbag, adjudicated fraudster, calling Comcast Concast. Comcast NBC is down in viewership almost 20% this year. Their programming is terrible. Their management even worse. They're an arm of the Democrat Party. There he goes again with that. It's the Democratic Party, jerk-offs. And should be held accountable for that. Likewise, fake news ABC, MAGA. He sounds like a real stable guy, doesn't he? I don't know how anyone would want their name on this thing, but whatever. You're here, I'm here. Again, saying these networks are arms of the Democratic Party, like it's not true. Donnie is the classic Hitler tactic. Don't trust any news unless it comes from me. Dear leader, Caesar, der Fuhrer. And I want to fire all the late night comedians because they make fun of me. And I'm a 3-year-old bitch. And I can't handle it. So I call for their firings, or I call behind the scenes. When the Epstein shit, when my sex trafficking activities get too hot, I call the networks and try and get comedians fired. That's what I do. That's literally what happens, son. You understand that, right? There is no bigger bitch than Donnie Shitbags. So again, demonizing the networks, the news, everything. When they talk positive about him or give him free promotion, he sure loves that, doesn't he? When they tell the truth about him, he doesn't love it so much. In fact, he wants to throw them in camps, arrest them, kill them, whatever. That's where this is going. Same place it went in 1933. No different. You think you're special? This is Robert Reich commenting on the FEMA thing. FEMA will send $608 million to states to construct temporary immigrant detention centers. Temporary. I'm sure they're only temporary. I bet that's what Adolf said too. Fucking idiots. Temporary immigrant detention centers like Florida's notorious alligator Auschwitz. Meanwhile, Trump is preparing to cut $1 billion in grants that help communities prep for disaster response. Cruelty is always the priority. Wow, that's Robert Reich saying that. He's a very kind of tame guy. Cruelty is always the priority. Yes, Maryland gets told to fuck off when they request FEMA help and money. Donnie sends $600 million to go build more camps. Fuck all of you that made this happen. And some of you that made this happen will end up in the camps too. I take no joy in saying that. But I know it to the core of me. will happen. And Mr. Reich is spot bloody on, even though he doesn't always say things like this. Cruelty is always the class priority. Helping people in Maryland with their disaster aid, not priority. 600 million to build concentration camps, temporary ones, priority. Again, how did this become our reality? How did you cunts make this our reality? It must be supernatural. I'm sorry. It's got to be. And we're at the end. You got a few squirrels thrown at you. Kamala Harris and the networks. What Donnie really should have wrote in those two, instead of writing all that about Kamala and the networks, he should just wrote, please don't think I'm guilty with the Epstein stuff. I can't handle that. Please don't talk about it anymore. It's killing me. That's what he should have wrote. So I made this. Ignore the squirrel. And remember who and what Donnie is. Epstein's best fucking friend, and nothing takes that away. No lie, no arrest, no fucking bullshit distraction. And, I'm worried he's going to get so desperate he's going to start World War III or something to distract from this shit. So ignore the squirrel. And remember who and what you're dealing with. Remember that guy running for California governor, standing in front of Auschwitz, making a joke about rounding up homeless and unemployed people and killing them in a camp like Auschwitz. That's what the people at the top of this movement believe. Oz, RFK, Donnie, Thale, Leon, Dugan, Putin, others. That smiling sociopath in front of Auschwitz, that's what they're building. That's what they believe. And they're going to unveil the mark on you at some point. Mr. Epstein's best friend. And you must say no. And now it's time for me to go. As always, people, if you'd like to help out, I'll put the PayPal at the top of the comment section. I would appreciate any help. This takes a lot of work to do this. But it's important. So if you'd like to help, it'll be there. Have a wonderful evening. Until the next episode. Ignore the fucking squirrel.